This is Bobby with One More at Fitness, and today is like the last nutrition video I'm gonna make out of my three nutrition series. So I did one on mindset, did one on calories in, calories out. I did one on macronutrients like proteins, carbs, and fats, and then today I want to just take some time to go over some more advanced nutrition strategies and then supplements. Right, this is the last one because I'm also going to go over nutrition time, because these are things that people talk about that definitely have their place, but they're actually the least important. So like you should get your mindset right, basic habits right first, address like how much food you're eating, and then also address your macros. So like maybe focus on proteins or improving like your carbohydrate source before you really even think about maybe adding any supplements in or talking about advanced strategies, and then nutrition time. So advanced, and one thing I want to point out with advanced strategies, sometimes we think advanced and effective are the same thing. Look, advanced just means that they're advanced strategies for someone at that level, okay? And they're only really effective at that level. They're not super effective if you're a beginner. So sometimes we think, okay, I want the best results. So although I'm a beginner, I'm going to do the advanced stuff, and sometimes it just doesn't pay out. It doesn't usually work that way. So I just kind of wrote some notes on the board, so I'll be looking over here, so don't mind it too much. But supplements, what I really like with supplements is that if you're busy, if you have a hard time, or you don't like certain foods that aren't allowing you to get certain nutrients that you want, like that's how I feel supplements should be. All right. I'm not a huge believer in creatine or pre-workouts or like fat burners, right? Because I don't think they're effective. Probably the most effective thing out of those would probably be things like creatine, and then pre-workouts are basically a bunch of caffeine. And I used to kind of be into them because I kind of liked how they gave me a feel after the workout, but they're kind of horrible for you. There's probably just a bunch of like crap in it, and especially a bunch of like caffeine. If you want like a boost before your workout, drink a coffee. Okay, it's gonna be like way better for you in like the long run. I used to take like this like if you know what no explode is, and like Jack 3D, and it would be like seriously, like if you drink and you didn't work out, you feel like you're having like a heart attack just because you'd be like shaking so much. So it's just not good stuff for you. But the supplements I do like are supplements that allow you to get the nutrients that your body needs, but because of maybe your schedule or certain foods that you don't like, it's real tough for you. So the first one that is like a protein supplement. So if it's a whey protein or like a plant-based supplement, if you have a hard time getting a lot of protein in, you don't like a lot of protein-dense foods, this is a way to get in. But like I discussed in, I think, my calorie video, is like if your goal is like fat loss, like you're gonna get you can get a more effective program by eating whole food, because you're gonna burn more calories than drinking shakes, right? So usually sometimes drinking shakes, they don't really work for a couple reasons. First of all, it's really hard to do. And second of all, like your body's not going to absorb it as much as like real food. All right, the second one is like fish oil. So if you don't eat a lot of foods that have healthy fats in them, or like fish oil fats that are extremely important for your health and your hormones, you might take like a fish oil. So if you don't have if you never eat fish in your diet, or you don't have a lot of greens, or you don't eat a lot of nuts, like that's something that you want to think about. The third thing I put is powdered greens. If you don't have a lot of vegetables in your diet, buy in these supplements, which is like a powdered green. You can usually mix with juice or water, or sometimes you can put it in your protein shake or smoothie. It just allows you to get the greens that you're not getting in your diet, okay? And I tend to like them and believe them a little more than I like, say, multivitamins, because they come from like real food. And then any vitamins that maybe you don't get a lot in, like if you're deficient in, like vitamin D is a really good one in the winter, because we just don't get as much sun as we'll get in the summer. Another one I really like is magnesium oil. It's one of those. I think it's a really good supplement, just because we don't get it. It helps with a lot of different things. More importantly, is like it helps our muscles relax, which is super important, like before bed. So if you have trouble sleeping, try and take some magnesium, or they have a few different other supplements. But basically what it helps you do, it doesn't put you to sleep, but it relaxes your muscles so that your body's able to get a restful sleep, which will in the long term give you better results. So probably, like, again, any supplement that's going to replace nutrients that you have a hard time getting in, and then a supplement that if it helps you relax and improve the quality of sleep, I think there's definitely a spot for that. Other than that, I don't really think you should be focused on your supplements. And if you go into supplements because you're not getting the results you want, I'd really go back to the other stuff that I talked about with like the mindset, preparation habits, controlling your calorie intake, proteins. That stuff should definitely come first. This stuff is like last. It's like the icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae. So we'll go over some advanced nutrition strategies. So the first one, the most popular one, and probably the most easiest to do is something called carb cycling. So basically, it's what it is. So like you'll have days where you have high carbs, days you have low carbs. The simplest way to do that is like each meal try to have a good healthy carb, and then on the next day, maybe just one of those meals you have a carb. So for breakfast, maybe you're having some toast or some oatmeal with your protein. For lunch, maybe you're just having like a potato or rice. For dinner, same thing, potato rice with some protein. And the next day, you don't have as much of that. So maybe just for dinner, you'll have like a potato with your dinner, okay? So you have these days of high carbs and low carbs. And this is really good if you're trying to build muscle and build strength as you're trying to lose weight. Because it, on one day allows you to recover better because carbs help you recover. On the other day, it's like almost like a fat burn day where it's going to allow you to eat less calories, and eat less carbs. So it's a little more effective for fat burn. So you can just do it kind of like that, or you can get into like grams where like you'll have high days. Maybe you'll be like 150 grams of carbs on these days and 100. But I think the simplest way is just pick like three low carb days and then 4 like regular carb days and just have a low and high, and see how that works for you. But again, that goes more for advanced stuff, and I wouldn't really do this unless you've improved your diet, you improved your carbohydrate type, your carbohydrate quality, and you've done stuff like that. The second thing is calorie cycling. So it's just days of having high calories and low calories. This will naturally happen with carb cycling, but this is something that you may do with just like pure calories. So maybe you're gonna cut like total calories out instead of specifically focusing on carbohydrates. This can be effective too, especially if you have something coming up this weekend. You know that you probably eat more calories than you like. You know, the days before, a few days before that, cut your calories by a few hundred, because you know by the time that day comes, you're gonna overeat by like maybe 500, 800 calories. If you just the days coming up to it, cut calories a little bit. But carb cycling and calorie cycling can be very similar. The third thing is like a refeed. So like every 2 weeks, every month, you have a day where you have a high calorie day. Sometimes what happens when you're on a diet, especially if you're on a real high diet or a low calorie diet for a long time, is like your weight loss will taper off, right? Your body starts getting used to it. And your body's not very efficient at losing fat, but it's very efficient at storing food, right? So this is just a way to kind of trick your body. So you don't want to eat like crap, but you just eat like a high amount. You might eat a high amount of calories, right? So like bodybuilders do this a lot because they have such low calories that when they do this, it kind of boosts their metabolism a little bit, so allows them to get like the weight loss going again. So like if you haven't tried this before, and if you're just trying to lose weight, I wouldn't do this all the time. Maybe you do this once every 2 or 3 weeks, where you have like maybe a Saturday, Sunday, where you just have a high calorie day. Again, you're not trying to eat like shit, but you're trying to have good quality food. Usually the best way to increase the calories on these days is through probably keep your protein and fats where they are, but more focus on good quality carbohydrates. And again, that speeds up. And this has happened with unintentionally with clients where I remember like a couple years ago, a client, she was kind of stuck at this weight, and then the day after Thanksgiving, she jumped on the scale. She lost like a couple pounds, right? And sometimes like we think just like cutting calories, but sometimes just boosting our calories temporarily can allow a weight loss to start going again. And the last one is intermediate fasting. So basically, this is the idea that you fast in some way. All right, this allows your body to recover, relax from like eating, which can be stressful. It also allows your body to oxidize fat more efficiently. The thing with like intermediate fasting though is and I did this for a while. I just didn't. I had a hard time doing it. Eventually I did it for years. But what happens with intermediate fasting, it can be very stressful because you're not eating for a long period of time. And if you have tendencies to binge, so if you fast and then you eat a crap load of food, especially bad food, it's probably not the best strategy. Like they kind of outweigh itself, right? If that makes sense. So there's usually two ways to do this. The traditional way, I think the first way that was come out was like the 24-hour fast, where you actually fast for about sometimes 18 to 24 hours. So you kind of fast for a day. You just do that once a week, all right? And that allows you to overall eat less calories. Now, but I'm going to get back to my point with this. If because you didn't eat and then you fasted and then you eat a ton more than you would have, not just talking about like 500,000 extra calories, but thousands of extra calories, then it's not really effective strategy. Now, the other one, the same thing. If fasting for 12 hours makes you overeat during the day, okay, when you do eat, then again, it's probably not the most effective strategy. But I think the second one can be effective if you have a busy schedule, if you have a busy morning, but you still want to kind of eat like it's not a low calorie diet. It's just eating with an 8-hour window or like a 6-hour window. So like an example of this would be, say your last meal is at 8 at night, and then and then you don't eat anything that has calories in it to 12. So your eating windows from like 12 to 8. So you try to get all your meals and calories in that. Again, it can be effective if you can do it right. If it causes you to overeat, binge, then it's not something that you probably are ready for right now. And the last thing I want to address is calorie time. I say this for last because it is I don't want to say it's pointless, but for most people who are trying to lose weight, build a little bit of muscle, it's really not important at all. So the first part of it is like how many times a day should you eat, all right? There was a myth that you should eat like 6 times a day because it keeps your metabolism going. But what they found is that what helps you kind of burn calories is the process of eating food. So if you ate 2,000 calories through 3 meals and 2,000 calories through 6 meals, it doesn't really matter. You'll still be burning the same amount of extra calories. So like I think the best way to do this is what frequency or how many meals per day allows you to eat how you want to eat so you get results. So if you eat 3 times a day and you can eat well and you can eat the right foods and you get results from that, eat the right amount of calories, cool. All right. If you're someone who's always hungry, maybe eating every few hours may help you. Okay. So it kind of depends. All right. There's not really like you have to eat 6 times a day. So I would find a frequency that works well for you. I don't think 1 or 2 meals a day ever works out for anyone. So I definitely do 3 or 4. I think the second part of meal timing is probably like the post-workout and the pre-workout. Post-workout, after the workout, you want to have some proteins and then some carbohydrates. Fast digestion carbs are good. So after your workout, if you had a protein shake and a piece of fruit, or if you're going to go home and eat dinner, you might when you get home, maybe on your way home, you're having a piece of fruit, and then for dinner, you're probably having your protein, your veggies, and your carbs. And then if you're really looking for like performance, or if you feel like you just don't, you kind of get drained quickly during the workout, you might want to have like a pre-workout, like meal. So that could actually be lunch. So if you know you're going to have a hard session for lunch, you might throw in a little carbs for lunch. So if that's some rice, or if that's some like fruit. All right. But the kind of the gist of it is find a frequency that works for you, that allows you to eat well. And that might be 3 times a day, that might be 4 times a day, 5 times a day. And then just general rule of thumb, if you're going to have an intense workout, the meal before, you probably want to have a little bit of carbs in that. And then post-workout, if it's a strength workout, I definitely have carbs for your meal after you work out. So if that's dinner or if that's breakfast. And if it's more of like maybe an interval workout or like a less intense workout, you probably don't have to have carbs after that workout. You can have some fruit or maybe not do carbs. But this is the last video. So again, I went over my belief on supplements. I went over some advanced nutrition strategies, and I went over nutrition time. And if you go through this and you have any questions, just let me know.